Arthur Honegger was a Swiss composer who became famous for his music in the 20th century. He was born on March 10, 1892, in Le Havre, France. His family had Swiss roots, but they were living in France when Arthur was born. From a young age, he showed a special talent for music, and this talent would shape his entire life. Honegger's musical journey began when he was a child. He started learning to play the piano and soon became interested in composing his own music. His family supported his passion for music, and when he was a teenager, he moved to Paris to study at the Paris Conservatory, one of the best music schools in the world. There, he learned from great teachers and became skilled in many aspects of music, including composition and orchestration. During his time at the Paris Conservatory, Honegger met other young composers who would later become famous. These composers formed a group called Les Six. The members of Les Six included some of the most important musicians of the time, like Darius Milhaud, Francis Poulenc, and Georges Auric. The group was known for creating music that was modern and different from the traditional styles that came before them. Although Honegger was part of this group, his music was often more serious and dramatic compared to some of the others. Honegger's music was influenced by many different things. One of the most important influences on his work was his love of nature. He was deeply inspired by the world around him, and his music often reflects the beauty and power of nature. For example, in his piece Pacific 231, Honegger used the sound of a train to create a powerful and exciting piece of music that made people feel as if they were on a journey. Another important influence on Honegger's music was his love for storytelling. Many of his works were inspired by stories from literature and history. One of his most famous pieces is the oratorio, Jeanne d'Arc au butcher, Joan of Arc at the stake. This work tells the story of the life and death of the famous French heroine, Joan of Arc. The music in this oratorio is powerful and emotional, capturing the dramatic moments of Joan's life. It is considered one of Honegger's greatest achievements. Although Honegger is often remembered for his orchestral music, he also wrote music for the theater and films. He composed music for several French films, and his ability to create dramatic music for the screen helped him gain recognition. His work in film music included scores for movies like Les Misérables and La Grandeur de la Ville. The music he composed for films was sometimes more simple than his orchestral works, but it still showed his deep understanding of how to create emotional impact through music. One of the key characteristics of Honegger's music is his use of rhythm. His works often have a strong, driving rhythm that gives them energy and intensity. This is especially true in pieces like Pacific 231 and Concerto da Camera, where the rhythms are fast and powerful. He also liked to experiment with different musical forms, and he was not afraid to break away from traditional structures to create something new and exciting. Honegger's music is also known for its emotional depth. Even though he often wrote music that was dramatic and intense, it also had moments of great beauty and tenderness. He had the ability to create music that could make listeners feel a wide range of emotions, from joy to sadness, from hope to despair. This emotional richness is one of the reasons why Honegger's music has remained important even after many years. Honegger's music was not always easy for people to understand, especially during his early career. Some critics thought his music was too modern and difficult to listen to. However, over time, his music began to be appreciated more widely. Today, he is considered one of the most important composers of the 20th century, and his works are performed regularly in concert halls around the world. Honegger's work continued to evolve throughout his life. In his later years, he wrote more experimental music, including choral works and chamber music. He was always searching for new ways to express himself through music, and his later compositions show this desire to explore different sounds and forms. One of Honegger's most famous works is the symphonic suite, Le Roi David, King David, which was composed in 1921. This work is a dramatic and emotional piece of music that tells the story of the life of the biblical King David. It is considered one of his greatest achievements and is often performed by orchestras today. The music in Le Roi David is rich and full of contrasts, with moments of great strength and power as well as moments of gentleness and tenderness. Honegger was also known for his choral music, and he wrote several important choral works throughout his career. His Messe pour double chœur, Mass for Double Choir, written in 1944, is one of the most important of these choral works. This piece is a powerful and moving work that is still performed regularly by choirs today. The use of two choirs in this Mass creates a unique and dramatic effect that sets it apart from other works of the same genre. Throughout his life, Honegger faced challenges. One of the biggest challenges was living through World War II. Like many artists at the time, he had to deal with the impact of the war on his life and work. However, despite the difficulties he faced, Honegger continued to compose music that was full of strength and beauty. His music became a way for him to express his feelings about the world around him, and it helped him cope with the challenges of his time. Arthur Honegger died on November 27, 1955, at the age of 63. Even though he is no longer alive, his music continues to be loved and admired by musicians and music lovers around the world. His works are still performed regularly in concert halls, and they are studied by students who want to learn more about the music of the 20th century. Honegger's ability to combine drama, rhythm, and emotion in his music made him one of the most important composers of his time. In conclusion, Arthur Honegger was a composer who made a lasting impact on the world of music. His works, from his dramatic orchestral pieces to his powerful choral works, continue to inspire musicians today. His ability to express deep emotions through music, combined with his innovative use of rhythm and form, made him a unique and important figure in 20th century music. Although his life was filled with challenges, he never stopped creating music that touched the hearts of those who heard it.